ABC 25. This is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6:30.
Well, get ready for a busy morning. We are live at the Information Center this morning with several big stories we're following for you right now. First, new information about Lonzie Barton's sister, plus what is happening today in the El Faro investigation. Yesterday, the testimony got emotional. What's on tap today? Lou?
Patty, thank you. Breaking from overnight, a massive explosion rocks the capital of Turkey. The incredible pictures just in from social media this morning. We'll share those with you. Katie?
And move over, basketball cop, the heartwarming video you have got to see out of Green Cove Springs. But first, Steve Smith with your morning forecast. Steve.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. We're moving towards 6:31. Let's go ahead and talk about your weather. Temperatures are the story of the day. We're a little bit cooler getting started this morning, but only by a couple of degrees. 43 at the national, 43 at the National Weather Service. Usually we should be at 45, but we're still pretty much in line. 45 Waycross, 41 as you get started in Argyle and Oakleaf this morning. Arlington at 45, Mayport, Fernandina at 50, St. Augustine at 45 degrees. Now, Doppler radar, kind of quiet this morning. It's going to be quiet all day. Quiet for the next few days, hint, hint, hint. So with that said, let's talk about how temperatures will rise a little bit as we go through the day. 45 by 8 o'clock, 56 by 10. By noon, we're up to 62, only getting up to 64 today, but 64 with some sun is still going to feel pretty good. Your evening plans are looking great. 52 by 8 p.m. overnight low, 42 inland, 49 degrees at the beaches. We've had a few accidents this morning. Katie Jeffries in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you very much. Your time is 6:31, getting you guys out the door. First, let's start with this crash on the Dames Point Bridge on the northbound side. Now, the right lane there is blocked, so do be careful when you pass by. Officers are on scene, but we're not seeing a delay there just yet. Also, this crash just came in at 103rd and State Road 23 here out on the west side. Haven't seen any delays in that area, and we're hearing all lanes are open. Back to you.
Eddie, thank you. We're following some breaking news from overnight. We now know who was behind the terror attack that killed 28 people in Turkey. A Syrian national who was registered as a refugee there, now claiming responsibility. Got some new video from overnight showing the moment that he blew himself up in a car that 3 buses carrying military personnel hit. The Turkish president now vowing to seek justice. There's that video there during that exact moment. All right, but speaking of social media, where a lot of this is unfolding right now, a lot of still photography coming out on social media, and you can see just how bad it was, how big the flames were there. This coming from CNN, the bus in flames, the action that's happening in that capital city. What is left of the Jeep that was used in that bombing as well. And again, just so many pictures flooding social media right now, Twitter specifically where we are, and even a little bit of video, some cell phone video happening from that moment as well. All right, breaking down a web of lies this morning. That's what investigators have been doing since July 24th specifically of last year. Ruben Ebron was the one to call 911 the night Lonzie Barton went missing.
But new documents say that he was going to lead police to Lonzie's body that night. First Coast News' Lindsay Boach joins us now with a look at this new evidence from the eyes of another witness. Lindsay?
Yeah, good morning, Patty and Lewis. And that witness is Lonzie's 5-year-old sister. If you remember in that original story, she was also in the car with Lonzie when Ruben went inside the apartment on the south side. She supposedly came back in because she was scared. And that's when the car was supposedly stolen with Lonzie inside. Now, these new documents reveal when investigators questioned Lonzie's sister, they say shortly after the child went missing, she told investigators, quote, "My little brother got kidnapped." She went on to say, quote, "It's my fault." And a month later, while at school, documents show that Lonzie's sister told her class, quote, she had some bad news. The teacher asked what it was, and the little girl said her brother is dead, quote, "They killed him and threw him in the woods." During the investigation, JSO says that the child kept changing her story. And these documents also show Ebron led investigators to an area less than 5 miles away from where Lonzie's body was actually hidden. This just hours after he reported the boy missing. 2 weeks ago, Ruben Ebron pleaded guilty to aggravated manslaughter. That plea was reached after Ebron led investigators to Lonzie's body. Now, we have much more information on our website, firstcoastnews.com. Patty?
Jaguars player weighing in on a heated debate about Roger Goodell's salary, and that has local sports fans talking. Derek Marks took to Twitter and said, quote, "Roger Goodell has made more than $180 million in his first 9 years as commissioner, and people say the players ask for too much cash. How many hits has he taken?" Fans have mixed reactions to this.
I totally agree with it.
They're the ones getting damaged.
They're the ones that are getting damaged. You know, he's sitting in his office.
It just sounds like $1 million baby crying that someone's making more than him.
Well, Goodell made $34 million in 2014 alone, but pretty soon we may all be in the dark about the millions being made within the NFL. The league became a for-profit enterprise last July. So some of the information will not be disclosed. Some officers on the First Coast going above and beyond.
Sure are. Katie Jeffries is here with the must-see video of how they had some fun with some kids here locally. Hey, Katie.
Lewis, I think people are going to love this story because it's a great story. Several Green Cove Springs police officers decided to play a little football with some kids last night. They spotted them playing in a parking lot off of US 17 while they were on patrol. Now, Officer Kimberly Robinson tells us this is not the first time officers have played pickup football with the kids. She says the officers have gone out there multiple times to play with the kids who are there nearly every evening. This all started a few nights ago after police were dispatched to the scene of a fight at the parking lot. But when they got there, officers were pleasantly surprised to find the group playing football instead. So Patty and Lewis, pretty happy ending to the story.
Positive story
love
there.
it.
Yep, very, very
Thank
cool.
you, Katie.
All right, something that hasn't been done in nearly 9 decades, when the president could be making an historic trip to Cuba.
Yeah, we're out here in the stadium, folks. Monster Jam! Saturday, Saturday, Saturday! Coming back in a little bit, I'm gonna play on some dirt.